Hey guys, this is Ben Horn here, and I am doing the final report for my personal project. Yay. My personal project was learning the guitar, and along the way, learning, I was going to assess the different methods that I used to learn, and I was going to judge which one was the best. So, I had different methods that I used. One was a book, another was a video series that I found on YouTube, another one was a family friend that knows guitar, and I used him as a personal teacher. The book that I used was the Guitar Handbook by Ralph Denier. It was a very good book. One of the problems that I had with it, though, was that it wasn't very interactive, and so I had problems judging if I was doing things right. The video series uh, gave a little more in terms of interactability because it gave you sounds and what everything was supposed to sound like, but it still didn't give you feedback on techniques. Now, the personal teacher I thought was really good because he tells you what to do, how to do it, and he gives you feedback if you're doing it wrong. So I really like that method, but I'm still judging because I'm still in the method of learning. So this is a draft in my final report. And so there are a list of topics that I'm supposed to assess myself on and assess my journey on. So the area of interaction that I chose was they gave us six. And so the area of interaction that I had was approaches to learning. And I chose this method because I really wanted to talk about learning, and I wanted to learn a particular skill and be able to apply it. So the skill that I chose was learning the guitar, and so I narrowed the category that I had down to music because I already have kind of a musical background. I mean, I'm in my school's orchestra. I've been playing a stringed instrument for a couple years, but it's radically different from the guitar, so this was still a pretty big challenge that I had to undertake. And so I initially decided to narrow my possibilities into this category. So I really wanted to improve ways of performing tasks, and for me, judging which way of learning the guitar was the best option for me. So, sorry, give me a sec. So, the learning the music directly relates to the approaches to learning because it's learning a specific style of music. So, learning an instrument is approaches to learning. So, I think that's a pretty obvious fit compared to the others, which were human ingenuity. There were some social interaction ones that really didn't fit as well as the approaches to learning. So, how I designed my inquiry question. My inquiry question was which way for me is the best way to learn guitar at a basic level for beginning students? So, I had my three topics that I narrowed it down to because I thought that those would be the three topics that I think fit everyone best that everyone can use. The book I got from my local library for free of charge. All you need is a library card. And I found the video series on YouTube. It was really, really helpful. And a private teacher, if you're willing to put in the time and money, it's, I believe, one of the best ways. So you really can get a wide variety of topics that you can learn from. So the question that I have requires more than a simple answer just because it's not a yes or no question. It's not a simple answer question. You can't just say, oh, it's the book. Oh, it's the movie. Oh, it's the professor. Because really, you do need to undergo this learning experience and you need to judge each one side by side to truly get the real frame of mind that you need to create this whole journey. And so, some of the lessons that I did throughout the way, I did a couple of lessons for each thing. So, I have my guitar here, so I'm going to demonstrate a little bit for you. So, one of the first things I did with the book is that it was guitar anatomy. So, guitar. You've got some things such as the head of the guitar, where you got the 6 pegs that are used for tuning the strings. You just twist the peg and it tunes. Then you have the neck and the fretboard, which are these, and when you push each string down in between a specific fret, it hits this fret here. So if I'm putting my finger down here, the string is hitting this fret here, and so it shortens the string and creates a note. So you have the open string, which is where it's not touching any fret, it's just the neck. So you have, that's a high E. But if I put it here, it's touching this fret, and so that is an F sharp. And so you have everything like that. And then, so I did the more basic stuff with the book. And as I evolved in my playing, I evolved through the methods. So I have the video series next, which I learned chords from. So you have chords, which are things like, it's where you're playing multiple notes and it creates one giant feeling of a note, which is similar. So this here is a D chord, and it's similar to when you play a D by itself. And so another thing I did with the video series is that I started to learn songs. So I had songs where it's like you can have Ode to Joy. That's Beethoven's Ode to Joy. And so you have songs that are just played by playing one note at a time. And those are usually more simple just because you're only playing one note at a time. You're plucking one string at a time. And then you have songs that are made mostly of chords. So you have the first chord song that I learned was Tom Petty's Free Fallin', and you go. Where it's like you have each chord comprises notes, which then creates a song. And so the goal that I set for my project was I wanted to learn songs I wanted to learn songs and I wanted to be able to play the guitar at a basic level by the time that the semester was over. And now that the semester's nearly over, I think that I pretty much achieved my goal. And so the specifications that I put in place is that I wanted to stick to the 3 methods. I didn't go to another book, I didn't go to another video series, I didn't use a different teacher, and I didn't cross over. I didn't go back to the book from when I had the video series. So I stuck to one method at a time, and I stuck to the 3 methods in general. I did not receive any guitar lessons from anywhere else other than those 3 methods. So I think that I really successfully completed my investigation because I stuck to my 3 methods, and I think that I successfully taught myself to play the guitar. Teacher also taught me how to play the guitar, but the first 2 methods, I taught myself how to play the guitar, which I really did not think that it was possible to teach myself an instrument. I didn't think that I had the conviction to do that. So I taught myself an instrument over the course of this 6 months, and I believe that that is one of the greatest undertakings that I have ever taken. And I really do think that I achieved my goal, and I think I passed it with flying colors because I didn't think that I'd be able to play this well. I thought I'd be able to get out maybe 2, 3 chords, but I can really play up to a wide spectrum of the guitar, that a couple of genres that I really didn't think that I was going to be able to achieve all by myself. This was my report, and this is just a draft, so I'll be back. I'll be doing a report, and it'll be longer than 9.5 minutes. So I really do like the way that I did this. And so I encourage other people to try and test themselves like this because it really does give you a better sense of what you can do. It gives you a better kind of self-esteem and self-confidence because now I have the confidence to continue in this guitar project. I mean, I'm already playing 1 instrument, and so now I'm playing 2 that I really didn't think that I was going to be able to handle along with school. So I really would recommend this to anyone who likes music. So thanks for listening, and this is Ben Horn. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.